Kristen.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
We have guests today.
We do. You've been promising this for a while, huh?
I know. I'm disappointing everybody. But not anymore. Today will be exciting.
Yes.
Guys, introduce yourself.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And you're both married
We
Yes.
are.
To the same person.
To
One
each
another.
other.
to
Yes.
each other. To each other.
That kind of didn't work, did it?
I thought so weird. Not
They're married to
They're
Jesus.
not married. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was after the fact, but okay. That was
I don't know.
an
You're-
afterthought.
Nobody's catching up with what you're throwing down today, Kevin.
I'm sorry. So, we're on the Marriage in the Buff podcast in our lovely studio / basement.
Oh, yeah, we're back
Because
in-
we
we're back in the
didn't
basement.
finish moving upstairs to the new studio.
Studio.
Yeah. A very
AKA
loose
spare
term.
Bedroom.
Very loose term.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Wherever we record from, it'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be back in the Adirondacks in a couple weeks to our big studio. Like last time we were at,
Yeah, we can do some special.
the base of Whiteface. That was fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun again. So, guys, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been married?
We've been married 2 years now. Am I right?
Almost 3.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Pushing 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
It'll be 3 in January.
Yes,
You had
actually.
a January wedding.
Yeah. January 28th.
Oh, nice.
And that's when our babies do too.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So they already have an adorable little baby.
Yes. So number 2.
Number
Yes.
2 expected on the anniversary. Which will be
Yes.
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Does that take a lot of planning and preparation? Like if we do this here and this, and then if the phase of the moon and the pole is right and everything works and aligns, and it's like, it'll be our anniversary.
So I actually was looking at all the months the other day, and I realized that us and the other couple people at church that are all having babies, it all started right around the time of the marriage conference.
Oh, wow.
That is exciting. You know
That
what?
will be an advertisement next year
that's what
for
I'm saying.
sure.
That's what we have to advertise.
Because last year we had Leisha was pregnant, and she goes, "What did she say? It works," or whatever she had said.
She did.
Yes.
She said,
Yes,
it works.
that's awesome. That's a great
That's fun.
advertisement.
That's fun.
We did not expect that one.
So you went right home and practiced what you learned.
Yeah.
I love it.
All the important parts.
Yes.
Fun, but not so fun fact. We were so sick that weekend.
Yes. It was awful.
We were like ridiculous sick.
I would have never known.
I know that's what everyone says.
Trust me, I know.
We
It was
really
awful.
pushed through. But the day before when we had to set everything up, so we're there from like morning to night. We had to get everything set up. He didn't even know if he could make it through the day. He was super sick. And then by evening, like 4:30, Pastor Beth was like, "You guys can go ahead." She knew what we weren't feeling good. I started feeling sick. We went home and we slept till I don't even know what.
I don't know.
next
It was
day, but we slept for like well over 12 hours.
Oh,
It was-
really?
yeah, we were so sick. And then we just pushed through the conference, came back, went to sleep. It was like
Yeah.
really rough.
There was not much romance.
It was, yeah. We were also like, I was also in the bathroom throwing up constantly.
Oh,
when we
no.
were there. Yeah, it was rough.
Yes, you guys weren't like a little sick. My goodness. It was bad.
So next year, we're very excited to not be sick.
Yes. That makes it a lot easier.
Yes. But glad you guys weren't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you took full advantage of it.
Yeah. That was
Yep.
our first overnight without Sam.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he stayed
awesome.
at my
Yeah.
parents' house, so
That is awesome.
And he's one, right?
in
About
like 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks.
Wow. So he was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you nervous to leave him?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because I breastfed up until like 10 months, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to like sleep through the night. And I was so worried about everything. It ended up being great. Like his parents did amazing and got up with him and stuff. But I was just so worried about that. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And he did great.
Yeah, he did.
I love it.
And he's like he's like always sleeping and happy, and I mean, like every time I see him, he's good.
Kevin, you get
Like,
the
how is he? He's
highlight
good.
reel. I bet he cries for them.
Yeah, but not like ours did. Ours, like,
know,
we had
ours
one that cried for like a year straight.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's probably crying.
She's
right
in law
now.
school. But yeah, no, it was so like with our first one, it was bad because we could not put her down.
She'd
And
scream.
nobody would be crazy enough to
Like-
take her for a night.
I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't even want to keep her some nights.
She was high needs. And I was like, she's sleeping in the nursery. We have it all set up. We're going to be on a schedule. No,
Not one of those things happened.
nothing happened. So
Yep.
I think we were talking earlier. It's like, God, here's your plan. And it's like, no,
No,
Yeah.
that's not it.
I have a new plan for you. So tell us about how you guys met.
So we met in college. It was Jeremiah's second year of college and my first year. It was like I graduated in 2020 when COVID hit. So I was going to college in a very much like different atmosphere
Yeah.
than what I think most people think of when you think of college.
Right.
So I was like stepping into this like crazy, like I have no idea what to expect. Everything's so different. And but we met there our second semester.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because my first year I had to leave early because of COVID,
Yep.
and then I ended up coming back early, and yeah, first semester went by. Second semester, my buddies used to put on these like parties that we'd go into the woods with a whole bunch of pallets and just stack them high and throw a whole bunch of diesel on it and just light them up.
Nice.
And
Nice American boy.
yeah, and
All American.
and so yeah, the one night one of my really good friends was like really good friends with her roommate. So then we ended up meeting at a fire.
Nice.
Yeah.
And was it love at first sight?
Really funny story about that. So the first time like we saw each other there, I walked up to him and he always wears rings on his fingers. And he used to have more. He lost a couple now, but he had rings all over his fingers. And I was like, can I see one of those? So I took it off and then I put it on his ring finger and I was like, we're married now.
Aw.
So
That's
I'm your wife.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you guys got
That was
married on your first night.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was the first thing I said to him, other than, can you hand me that sweet tea?
Aw. That's awesome.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So,
So what was, you guys had different lives growing up?
yeah.
yeah, very different. Yeah, I grew up just in West Seneca, like Orchard Park, West Seneca, my whole life, and yeah, my dad was in the Carpenters Union. He struggled with some drug addiction, so I mean he was around for most of it, but there were periods of time where he had to, my mom and him would have him leave and make sure that he could get clean first, and then he'd come back. And I had some church experience. Whenever he moved back in, we'd go to church for a couple weeks, and then like Christmas and Easter, and that was really it. So
church to you is special occasions
mm-hmm.
and not always. What was your church life like?
Growing up, neither of my parents are Christians. So I actually got involved with a youth group in Pennsylvania where I'm from because I met a girl while I was showing cows at the fair. She also had a cow at the fair and we became friends, and she invited me to youth group with her. So I started going to youth group in like 9th grade and made some friends, and ended up like accepting Jesus when I was like in 9th grade. So I think 14 or 15, and kind of stopped going to youth group. So like by the time I stopped going in like 10th grade. So I had like a year of like, I'm really dedicated to this. This is fun. This is cool. Went on a missions trip. And then by the time I was in like 10th or 11th grade, I just completely stopped going. So then when we met in college, neither one of us were Christians. We didn't, I mean, like we knew Christ and we both like, yeah, we believed in Jesus, but we were not living for Christ at all.
Do you think if you were, you guys would be where you are right now?
If we were living for,
If you were.
if I was, no.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no, because I mean, even us meeting, like I accepted Jesus. It was like a little bit after my senior year. My younger brother was super involved with youth group, and so I ended up going with him because I struggled with a lot of drug and alcohol abuse throughout high school, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. I was grounded for a really long time, and then my brother invited me to go, so then I started going with him to youth group, and it wasn't until like this summer after my senior year that I accepted him. But then moving away to college, I mean, there wasn't really a church at college. It was just kind of a super small town. We went to Alfred State.
Oh, okay.
And so there wasn't, a church aspect to it. It was, Alfred State and Alfred University, and that's the town of Alfred. And so...
Definitely a college town.
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, you have the main strip. There's one stoplight in the whole town, and it's like a pizza restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and then
All the essentials.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was really it.
There wasn't even a Dollar General.
Oh.
Or no,
But-
there was.
But
No,
now,
okay.
There
I
is.
guarantee there's multiple Dollar Generals
Yeah,
because you cannot
brown
go
beverage.
anywhere without finding
Yeah.
a Dollar General.
yeah. I think there was a singular one, and it was technically like on the outskirts of the town.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like smoked a lot in college and drank a lot, and so that was really what those fires were for. We all had big trucks, and we'd drive out there, and
I don't know why we haven't had them over sooner.
I know.
Saying all these words I like.
Big truck,
Cows,
Bonfire,
bonfires.
cows.
I mean,
middle of
going back
nowhere.
to my youth.
Yeah.
yeah.
The reason I went to Alfred, I was like, I toured it with my dad, and when I was looking for colleges, I was like, I don't want to be in a city. Like, I hate cities, and I never have wanted to live in the city or like anything like that, because I'm from a town basically the same size as Alfred. Like, nearest Walmart's at least 20-25 minutes away. Like, you have your one grocery store in the town and the Dollar General. And then that's about all there is to offer there. But when I was touring it, I was like, oh my goodness, there's trucks. And I was like, this is my kind of place, Dad.
The Swampers changes it all.
Great. Great.
So, yeah.
I love that. Okay, so that's interesting. The reason I had asked you that also was because I think your story is very similar to mine, where I had accepted Jesus but then fell away, and if I had been walking, the two of us wouldn't have been married. And that's separate from his story, but
Yeah.
interesting how God brings people together.
I thought you
Yeah.
were showing cows.
No, I didn't
No.
have a cow.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Like, if I had been walking with Christ at the time that I went to college and stuff, we wouldn't have met, because I wouldn't have been in the like scene that
Right.
he was in, and I definitely would have been more conscious about trying to steer clear of bonfires and drinking and all this stuff.
And bad boys like you, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah was the mysterious guy that sat in the corner, and you
mysterious
were like,
guy.
he doesn't talk much, but he's cute.
That more goes with what I think than what Kristen said. Bad boy, that. I'm like, oh yeah, he's like that most interesting guy over there.
Yes.
It's kind of like
He's
yeah,
just interesting.
that
That's
I
a good
see.
word.
Okay, but go ahead. Why don't you dive more into your story? So, your dad had some issues when you were growing up. Your brother did not get involved in those,
Yeah.
but
So
you did.
yeah, I think I was really the only kid in the family that did. You know, other like my siblings got into the, you know, go to one party in high school or something and like that. But I was a much different story. Where, yeah, I just started to struggle with a lot of depression and anxiety throughout middle school, and I mean I started smoking and drinking, you know, early middle school, probably 6th grade. And so by early high school, it was, you know, sneaking out every single night, going to parties, going to my girlfriend's house to sleep over and smoke and drink and, you know, skip class to go smoke in the woods on the school property and just all this different stuff. And so I definitely got into a lot of bad stuff through that. And it got to the point where my parents found out when I was a sophomore, because my school found out. So I got in trouble with the school. They called my parents, and so then I ended up getting in trouble with them. I was grounded for probably a year, rightly so.
Yeah.
And so, but then I was kind of in a dark place then still, and so I didn't want to go to youth group still, and but yeah, so then my senior year came around and I was still doing all the same stuff. And my brother just kept inviting me throughout the years. He was very persistent with that. So I finally started to go, and there were some kids that I knew, not too many. It wasn't like my usual friends. And so I ended up going for the year, and then the summer after that, they had like the week-long youth group camp that you could go to. So I ended up going out to Rockbridge, Virginia, and spent the week there, and it was a lot of fun. And on the last night there, I ended up accepting Christ for the first time, and I mean, pretty soon after, kind of fell away. It was, you know, moving to college, didn't have that youth group support.
The rocky soil. Is it the rocky soil?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stick.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that week, you know, it hit me. I was all in.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a week later, it was like, all right, time to go to college. You know, not really doing it. And then, yeah, I mean, fell away and got even worse into, you know, smoking, drinking, partying, girls, just all of it. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Which that didn't help because that was
No, there's a big isolator.
yeah. And so it was either, you know, I was sitting in my room, which was in the basement of my parents' house. And then I had one good friend that he had a lake house on Chautauqua Lake. So I pretty much spent the whole summer, 2020, I think. Or,
Yeah, it would have been 2020.
yeah, the summer of 2020. Just pretty much blacked out drunk that whole summer. And
Did you realize that you were hitting a bottom? Like, did you realize that you were in trouble, or did you feel that you were okay? Like, what was your thought process?
at the time, I definitely thought like, oh, this is so much fun. You know,
Gotcha.
I get to wake up and I'm, you know, cooking burgers and eggs on the grill for breakfast, and you know, pretty much drank from sunrise to sundown, and it was a little pretty, you know, away from everybody, so I, you know, we could just smoke, and so it was like,
Be free.
yeah, smoke and drink from sunup to sundown, maybe get like 3 hours of sleep at night, and it was just because I'd pass out. And that, I mean, that was pretty much most of the summer. And it started to get to the point where like I knew I needed to stop when it was getting towards the end of the summer, and if I went like a day or two without drinking, I started to get sick a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And so then I was kind of like, okay, you know, starting to realize like getting a little dependent.
It's affecting you in a different way.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yeah, it's not just not just, oh, this is fun anymore. It's like, oh, I'm starting to feel like I need this.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going back for my second year of college, and it pretty much continued, like we weren't going to the lake house, but we were at college. I was going for diesel mechanics, so all the trades guys went back a week before everybody else, and
See, you approve.
and so it was just 100 kids on campus or so, and so we were just going crazy. We were just having parties in the parking lot, not even trying to hide anything.
Oh,
And
jeez.
yeah, university police didn't like us too much.
See, if your
right on
dad had
then.
seen that, he'd be like, "No, you're not going here."
Oh, my dad was, I think, fully aware of what Alfred had to offer because my dad went to, he went to college. I can't remember where. It starts with a C. Like, anyways, he went for diesel mechanics. I think it's like out past Alfred and stuff. It's like way out somewhere. And my dad was like, okay, like, I know what's going to happen here. Like, he was fully aware. He fully knew. But I don't know. My parents were very, very okay with drinking and stuff like that. Like, in high school, it was not a, oh my goodness, I can't let my mom find out. It was like, hey, Mom, we're having a party at my friend's house in the field. Can I go if I don't drive? I'll just put a sleeping bag in the back of my car. And she's like, all right, if you don't drive, if I see you here tonight or know you were somewhere else, like you're in trouble, but go for it. So, yeah, my parents were pretty like relaxed with that. So I think my dad fully knew what I was getting
Gotcha.
into because he was like, he was Jeremiah at one point.
See, okay, all right.
Yeah, we're both pretty quiet. Yeah, we're both the how she phrased it, the mysterious this mysterious guy. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Whenever me and him hang out, it's pretty quiet.
Okay, so you are the typical. I'm going to marry someone who's like my dad.
Oh, yeah. I fully, like, okay, I went to college because I wanted to find a husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, dating in high school was not a thing. I mean, it was, but it was just not good. And then I was like, you know what? I think that this is the only place that I'll find a husband. And like, I can't see myself with anybody from my small town.
Yeah.
So,
well, see, so that's a little bit different. Like you were in a place that didn't have like a lot of options.
yeah.
So you're like, well, I have to go somewhere if I want to meet someone that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Jeremiah's in a place like in West Seneca where it's like there's so many people around. I feel like at least
Right.
when I moved here, I was like, are we in the city when we were driving through Five Corners? I was like, is this the city, honey? So,
I get it.
yeah. Anyways, so like,
He's laughing.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, she still think like, we live on East and West Seneca, and she's like, this is still the city. I'm
If
like,
there's streetlights, I have to agree.
Oh,
If there, yeah. if
That's the
there's
best thing about my
streetlights-
house. There's no streetlights.
we came
Yeah.
to look at this house, and he was actually in Florida, and he was like with one of the girls, and I had to, I don't know, but I had to send a video, and he was like, just check where this walk to the sidewalk, walk to the street, and see if there's street lights.
We don't have a sidewalk.
Well, I know that's why I said the street.
Yeah,
So
I feel you.
do you guys want to move somewhere further out at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would love that. The housing market's a little
yeah.
rough.
A little
Yeah.
iffy. A little iffy.
We've
All right,
been
when we
looking
get our
for-
retreat center, we'll start a commune.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
We've
I'll
talked about it.
raise all the animals. I'll raise all the meat for the
Are we-
retreat.
we're having
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Now you lost her there. Did you
She
did you hear what she said?
meat for
Yeah. So what do you have to do to get that?
kill the animal.
Yeah.
I know.
How's that? How do you like that?
I saw a truck today and it had little cows in it, And I like made eye contact with one of the cows.
I
and I'm
thought
like,
veal.
I'm sorry, baby. And no, but actually, I think they were okay because they were milking cows. So I don't think we were going to eat them.
No, that's
I know you
McDonald's
said
meat.
worthless cows, right?
That's McDonald's meat.
And stop. You don't even want. And they had sheep in the same truck too.
Oh, that's just
So,
they
but
can
I
make
want
some sweaters. Or
I do.
something.
Yeah, I
I'm
like to
not gonna
make
eat that.
things out
Yeah.
of wool, so we can do sheep.
So what about
Can
that?
I make you feel a little bit better about raising animals to eat them? So you buy it from the store anyways, right?
I know.
You still eat it. No, okay. You buy it from the store anyways, and those animals are not treated very well.
I know.
But if you raise your own, you know how they're treated, and they get like such a good life, and you can give them like all of this special treatment. So they
And then
have
you-
a good
You
life.
kill them.
Yeah, but they're gonna get like
They're gonna die. Anyway.
yeah.
I don't want
It's a
to
life cycle.
kill my beautiful animals.
That's
I
like,
understand that.
you were not saying that when we were in Ohio last week at the Amish, and that truckload of chickens came by.
I know.
You're like, oh, chickens, and then the chicken
sad.
smell caught up with it.
Oh.
You're like, oh, see, they.
But it's still sad. Okay, I don't.
I don't
It
see
is
anything
sad.
It's
Yeah.
just
It's dinner.
I don't like. I was about to save that spider that was behind Jeremiah's head and bring it outside.
Yeah, I would
but
have
it ran away from me.
saved it right to the ground and stomped on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll talk.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jeremiah. Sorry, we went on a big tangent. Go ahead.
Well, we've been looking for a house for 2 years now,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, still looking.
Yeah, those prices
Well,
just keep
we
going
do
up,
think
up, up, up.
that if we
Yeah.
do a retreat center, we'll probably live on the land.
Mm-hmm.
It likely won't be very close to here because it'll have to be further out, and we'll have to build. Like we'll have to build cabins. We'll have to
Yeah.
build other things on there. So
That would be so cool though.
it would be an adventure, guys.
Have you
Yeah.
been to the Adirondacks?
I have not. We were talking about planning a little getaway
That
to
is
the Adirondacks.
like literally when you turn enter in the foothills and start, you're not in New York anymore. It's the best part.
But you are.
because it's not New York.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can look around and
But
you're
it
like,
is.
wow, this isn't New York. I mean, if you get up in the high
But you
peaks, it's
still
like,
are.
wow, I think I'm in Colorado or something.
No, you're not.
But then, you go buy something and that 8.75% taxes on there and you're like, oh, it's New York.
yeah.
No,
Or
but
you go get gas. But
that's
but it is
where we
nice
might end up.
because it's like, it's New York, but it's not. And being from Virginia, everybody, oh, you're from New York. They think the city. And
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that whole difference between New York State and the city. So I get that. But then you go up there and it's kind of like another whole dimension of things. Like here we have suburban areas and they're still cities, but they're not huge, but they're not little, and you have everything. You get up there, it's like, wow, this is the way, it's really nice up here. So that's the part of New York I like. I mean, Finger Lakes aren't bad either because they're kind of spread out more, and you got like Rochester and Syracuse at the top, but then down, towards anywhere, from there down, even all the way to PA, it's not that bad.
all right. So the plan is
Yeah, get away from the
we're all
city.
gonna get a lot of land and. All right. So you guys met.
Yeah. So we met, and then I actually didn't mention this. I was dating somebody when we met.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
know that?
And you got
Jeremiah did
married?
not.
Yes, and you proposed.
I
even though
did
you were dating
propose.
someone.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I had actually seen Jeremiah from afar, like the first time, semester. Yeah, semester of school. And I was like, man, he's really cute. And I was not dating anybody at this time, or at that time. And then the second semester, the first fire I go to, this really cute boy from across the street was there. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go say something to him. I was dating somebody from the Marines, though. So it was like he was in California, I was in New York, and Jeremiah and
It wasn't a long relate. They were dating for like 2 months. And,
Yeah.
Dude,
and met
stuck in
one
the
time.
desert at
so-
Miramar.
But yeah, we had only been together for like 2 months, maybe I think it was like a month and a half or two.
So Jeremiah, you're saying you're not a homewrecker.
No. Okay. No.
But so I met Jeremiah, and it was like that week at the fire. And then the next week I was like, I saw you again and I was like, I have to break this off with the boy I was dating because I don't know, I can't not pursue him. So yeah. So I ended up like breaking up with my boyfriend 2 weeks after literally like having one conversation with him, and like we talked a little bit in between there, but like I broke up with him and then we started dating 2 weeks after that. Because I was very much like, no, this is what I want. I told Jeremiah, I was like, I want some time to think about things.
That's 2 weeks.
And then we hung out every single day from like the day that I broke up with him till 2
Now.
weeks later.
You had to know.
Till now. Yeah.
Till now,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
today.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, you know, I have to admit, I did play a little bit of a game with it too.
Okay.
Because when she came up to me the first
Mystery
time,
is about to be shattered.
yes,
Okay.
to put one of my rings on my finger and say we were married. So her and her roommate, our friend Alicia,
Best friend. She
the,
was like
the
my best
guys
friend.
at college, we knew them as the hot nurses.
Oh,
I had no idea that this was a thing.
Because they like Danny was going for ultrasound tech and her friend was going for nursing, and so they both had to wear scrubs. And so we would see them on campus in scrubs, and all the guys were like, "There's the hot nurses."
And the mechanics. All right, we got it. We got it.
all right. Okay.
And so then her friend Alicia, so I thought Danny was cute. Like she's the one that I thought was cute.
Really?
Yep.
Oh no.
And so at the fire, Alicia's a little bit more like me. And so she was sitting alone. So I went and sat with Alicia and was talking to her to try to make friends so that I could find a way in.
And
Yeah.
And Danny's a little bit more outgoing. So she just went for it.
I'm a very much like, why would I waste my time like tiptoeing, dancing around when I can just put it out there, and if he likes it, he'll take it. If he doesn't, he'll leave it.
That's
And
right.
then
You
I
know
don't have
where you
to
stand. Yeah.
and I don't have to get my heart tied up into like, oh, this boy's so cute, and like worry when I can just be like, here it is. Do you like me?
So that sounds a little opposite to your MO.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty laid back and just kind of like, you know, I'll say hi and see where it goes from there. And
Not lay all your cards out.
Yeah, I
Jeremiah
mean,
Be the
plays the
man
long
of
game.
mystery.
yes, I play the long game. I mean, it was even, I didn't even ask for her number or anything the first night we met.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Well, I mean, you
until
knew
that-
you were going to see the hot nurse again on the
exactly. And so, which like the whole week I was like, oh, I forgot to get her number. I really hope she's there next week. And so when she was, and I went up and I was like, hey, I need to get your phone number because I didn't get it last week. And then we just kind of hung out from there. And it was like the week after that, she broke up with her boyfriend and she called me that night. And I used to sit in my car like pretty late at night and smoke. And so we would, I'd picked her up and her roommate Alicia, and we'd go up. There was a parking lot there that was called Heaven, because if you parked at it, you could oversee the entire town of Alfred. And so we'd park up there and just put on music and hang out. And I mean, we did that probably every single night, like the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was like probably a month after we met, we started dating.
Nice.
I wouldn't even say that, but yeah.
I mean, we were dating, but we just didn't call it
Call it
that.
that.
Yeah.
It's what the kids call talking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what it is. I'm like, so you're but you're always with it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You're with them every single day, and
No,
you're not
no,
you're not seeing anyone else. We're just talking.
Am I ever gonna meet this person? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's very complex.
Yeah.
All right. So after college.
Yeah, after college, I I ended up moving to Buffalo. We ended up living with Jeremiah's parents, and he has 9 siblings.
You
Oh
have
my
9
goodness.
siblings?
Yes. So
It's great.
the two
Wow.
oldest, we shared the same dad, like different moms, but I mean they grew up in the house with me. And then 2 brothers that we share the same parents. Then there's 5 adopted siblings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and
Okay. So it's your dad that's at the house the whole time then?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it was
Because you said you share the same dad but different moms?
yeah. So like my mom and dad have been married for 25 years now. My
Got it.
dad had 2 kids with one of his girlfriends before he met my mom.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I moved in with them in that year that Jeremiah graduated. I ended up dropping out of college. I was like, found my husband. Mission accomplished.
You're like all set. Don't
Yeah.
need to be a nurse.
Right. So
That was the hook.
right, yeah. Anyways, so ended up moving in with them, and we just kind of like lived at like in this teeny tiny room at his parents' house for 6 months, I think it was. It was like from May to November.
Yeah, it
And
was
then-
an 8x8 office.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Enough for a bed and a dresser and this much walking space. Like, yeah. So, anyways, when you're 19 and 20,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
like, oh my goodness, I'm living
Look
with
at
my
this.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, loving life. It's great. But anyways, so we ended up getting an apartment that November, living there for like a year, right? Because we got engaged April. We got engaged on our 1 year like anniversary for dating, and then planned on getting married like a year and a half later ish.
Yeah, I think we only lived in that that apartment for 6 months or so before we got engaged, which I also proposed on April Fool's Day.
Just in case, right?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, if she
you had a
said no,
safety
it
there,
was like,
I was just kidding.
Yeah.
But April Fool's Day was also our anniversary.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you
that
guys
could,
are funny.
all these little safeties built in there. Like, oh, no,
Really
I didn't
quickly.
really mean that.
I'm going to embarrass Jeremiah just
Perfect.
because of this April Fool's Day stuff. Made me kind of remember a small detail of our relationship. So the first time he told me he loved me, we were just hanging out, and he looks at me and he goes, I really like you. And I was like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much you like me? And he goes, I think maybe more than a 10. So I was like, do you love me? And he said yes, but that was I thought that was kind of funny. So in his vows, he was like, and by the way, I still like you more than a 10.
Oh,
So
that's
that was
awesome.
cute.
I like got goosebumps. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
You two are like stinking adorable.
He's the romantic one. He tries to romance me, and I'm like, what do I do? This is really cute, but what do I do?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not. Am I romantic?
no, you are not.
I am not romantic at all. I love that he tries and does things, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like so bad because I don't know how to express to you that I appreciate it.
That's the whole communication thing. We're all
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Very true.
We got engaged. We're engaged for like 6 months, almost a year. And then we had a meeting with his uncle because we asked his uncle to marry us. And in that meeting, his uncle's a pastor, by the way, and his uncle was asking us like, okay, what is your faith life like? Like, where does your belief stand and everything?
And just to stop you for a second, how are you at this point with your drinking, with your, like, did that stabilize? Are you still feeling like you're more of an addict than not? Or, like, where did that go?
So I wasn't really drinking anymore at that point. It was kind of, I don't know, probably right around the time Danny and I met is when my drinking slowed down a lot. But it was smoking weed that it was really like I couldn't get away from. I mean, I was, morning to night, waking up twice in the middle of the night to do, go smoke. And at this point, like, I think we started going to Life Church probably,
I think it was the like winter after we were engaged. I think it was like 2022, I want to say.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
at the end of 2022. And so this meeting was with my uncle was like December, January of
Yeah, it was
2022.
January.
Yeah, January 2023.
Gotcha. Okay. So he asked you these hard questions.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we were in church for 2 or 3 months at that point. I was still smoking. Like I have a lot of body pain issues, and I was still struggling with some mental health stuff. So that was really just how I coped with all of it. But looking back on it, like, I was pretty dependent on it. If I didn't, I kind of got sick. I'd get real shaky and pale and I was pretty dependent on it still at that point.
Yeah. So anyways, we had this meeting with his uncle, and he was asking us like about our faith. And we were both kind of like, well, we're Christians, and like we really want to make it a point to like live as Christians, and especially like raise our children in a Christian household. And we had both gotten to the point where we had the drive to actually like follow Christianity, follow Jesus wholeheartedly. And his uncle made a suggestion to us in like the most loving way. And I love that he was the one that brought it up to us, because I don't know how well we would have taken it or received it if it was somebody else. But praise the Lord for like allowing it to land on good ground and
Yeah.
be watered and everything. But he was like, well, you guys, if you want to live this way, like, I am happy for you, but I am not comfortable marrying you two because you're currently living in sin, like knowingly. You're living together before you're married. And he was like, and I know what happens when people live together. And he's like, so I would only be comfortable marrying you guys if you either got married early, because we were supposed to get married in
Right.
September and this is January, or if you like moved out and waited until then.
So basically telling you, stop sleeping with her,
Pretty much.
or
Yeah.
put a ring on it
Yeah.
now,
And
in a much more
which,
loving way.
I mean, obviously, like, we knew having sex before marriage was a sin. And that was one of those things that the culture nowadays, like, it's not taboo. It's, like,
Yeah, well,
that's what everybody does.
my mom was like, you guys have to live together before you get married. Like, I am not okay with you guys getting married until you live together and live in your own place.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think like what you just said, Jeremiah, that we knew. It's funny because we do premarital and we meet a lot of people and stuff, and we have had numerous people that have had a similar conversation with a pastor or someone else who, or even with us, who just didn't know. So I think like in yours, like I'm sure you knew, but like with Danny, with her background and stuff, and sometimes not even what we know. It's just like, oh yeah, but we need to do this anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that conviction just like literally just goes out just so easily in society today. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
do we know that? I thought before we started doing premarital that everyone somewhere in the back of their mind knew that, But after many conversations, I mean, there are people who do not know that.
But then
It's
where's the
just-
disconnect, right? Like if we know that this is wrong, but we're allowing it to continue regardless, like where's the disconnect? Where do we have to stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where do we draw the line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the really good thing, and I'm assuming this will be a catalyst for part of the story here, that was that, like, he said that, though. I mean, because
Yeah.
a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody really going to say that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
And like even growing up for me, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I want to like wait till marriage, because I was going to youth group and everything.
Yes.
And I was like, I really do think I want to wait till marriage. And my mom was like, well, you have to drive the car before you buy it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like just kind of thinking about it. And I was a very weak, like a teeny tiny baby Christian, like
Yes. Yes.
only Christian in the household and everything.
Right.
So that kind of like flew out the window later on. And I like had thought about it every once in a while, but I was like,
And with the way society is, like how you said, this is a great place for Satan to get involved,
Yeah.
like before the marriage.
Yeah.
And just having people who, like you said, either are very early on in their faith or they're just not, they're not ready to stand up or take stands yet or not even know. And I think that that's where he likes to attack wherever he can. And in a relationship, that's one area that's an easy target, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Today, definitely, because everything is sexualized, romanticized, and
Yeah.
everything else. And it doesn't matter if we're coming from the physical, the mental, whatever aspect of it, it's all just pushed out there like, you need this, you need this, you need this,
Yeah.
do this, do this, do this.
And it's okay. Everything's okay.
Everything's okay.
Whatever you believe is okay.
yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, I feel like in our culture, everything is so, like it's everywhere now. Like everything's sexualized, commercials, just regular TV,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
you look on any TV show that anybody watches and there's probably, you know, people move in together before marriage. People have sex
Yeah.
before marriage. It's no longer, you know, almost like a shameful thing that you have sex before marriage. It's encouraged.
Yeah.
And so, which like growing up with me being, you know, my parents were kind of Christians at that point, and my uncle's a pastor, and we've been at church for a couple months now. Like, we knew that aspect of it was wrong. But the aspect of like us living together and sleeping in the same room, like we had no idea that even that would have been
Right.
like looked at wrong.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so we kind of looked at it like, oh, well, what if we just, there's two rooms. What if we just didn't stay in the same room? And my uncle's like, well, you still know, like,
Yeah.
that's not going to work.
Well, and he said to us, he also brought up the point that, like, are we showing the world that this is how Christians are supposed to live? Because other people are seeing us living together and they're assuming, oh, those people are Christians, like, it must be okay. When we have to be an example and, like, you
Yeah.
have to pick up your cross daily. And that was, like,
Yeah.
one of our ways of, like, picking up our cross was we were called out in our sin, recognized it, were repentful, or like we repented of it, and like we ended up deciding to get married in 2 weeks rather than move out, because I was like, we've literally lived together day one since we've been dating, because like we lived in college and he stayed in the dorm room every
Right.
single night.
So you were like, we'll make it right.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not moving 3 hours away
Right.
to with somebody that, like, I literally already look at him and we treat each other like husband and wife already. So we got married 2 weeks later. We like tried our hardest to abstain from any sex for those 2 weeks. We did good for a little bit, and if we're being honest here, like,
We're being honest.
yeah, we did not make it the 2 weeks, but We tried. God knows our
everyone
heart.
messes up
So-
a lot of things.
So, but that's a good point because, like, when we do premarital, we'll have people who will use those same things, like, oh, we'll just stay in a different whatever, we'll do whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the questions Kristen always asks once we were started, like, that's her favorite. Well, how are you doing? How are you doing? We actually just had one. We finished one up a couple weeks ago or last week. And that was like, well, how are you doing? And I mean, we've done them like right before they got married, and the same thing. It's like, okay, well, how are you? Because that's when I think that's the hardest part, when you know what it is, and then the devil's right there knocking right
Yeah.
before, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this might be my last shot, and I can take this little piece and put some shame or something
Yeah.
in you,
Yeah.
that little tiny foothold.
Well, and like we talk all the time about not only for the fact of like we'd wish that we had never been with other people, but
Right.
we wish that we could go back in time and wait for each other.
Yeah.
At least wait for each other, especially during that time or just even at the beginning of our relationship. Because like I feel like there's something different about being married once you're married, and then sex is beautiful. It's like God-given. It's lovely. There's all of these things about it for you to, it's not just a physical experience, it's such an emotional experience as well. And to be able to like get married and that day and then connect with each other on just such an emotionally deep level, I think is that like I can't imagine it because I've never experienced it, but like I just think like it would be, we wish that we could go back and like have waited for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, God created sex to be in the confines of marriage.
Yes.
And so when you go into that without being in a eternal covenant with each other, like you're giving that person a piece of you.
Yes.
It's not like it's, okay, we're just going to do this and then go our separate ways. Like, no, like you then have a piece of each other forever.
Yes.
And so then when you get married and you go, okay, I'm going to give all of myself to my spouse. Well, all of yourself is no longer all of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you have parts that belong to other people now.
Yeah,
And
that's the huge part. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can give you all of me. Well, I can't quite because I gave part of it away. But then I got all this stuff I'm bringing. And that stuff can be maybe something we've learned or something a like or a dislike or a bad experience, something that's going to be like just that'll always be there between until you address that. Now, you can get over that. That's something that took us a long time too.
And God can heal.
God can heal anything.
Yeah.
But until you realize that piece and you come face to face with it and you give it to God, both of you together and stuff like that, it'll always be there in the back. And you don't even realize it. And it's just working to tear
Right.
you
Like
guys
it's one of those
apart.
little fences,
Yeah.
little walls.
Yeah,
that
it
are
works to
building
tear. And so
between.
many people never figure that out. And, and unfortunately, a lot of people are like, well, it's too hard. It wasn't worth it. She or he's this or he, because you don't want to face that reality of, okay, well, I need to take care of all these things and get right here, and then this will work and stuff
Yeah.
like
I
that.
think the other danger is that if you have gone your whole life thinking of it as a physical act with whomever, then once you do get married, you already have that wrong mindset. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying that happened to the two of you because clearly you chose before you got married to bring God into it, but like that's something already you're setting yourself up for failure, and marriage is so hard as it is.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I think it needs to be talked about more about. Like in school, you learn about all the physical stuff and like
Yeah.
you learn about the body and like what physically happens and stuff. But I had never had anybody talk to me about the emotional part of sex.
Or spiritual.
Yeah. And like whether you're a Christian or not, there is an emotional
Yeah.
side to sex. So like I understand maybe not like hearing the spiritual just because of like my background, but not truly understanding that like emotionally it's not just like a
Switch.
yeah, it's not just a switch that I can switch on and off or whatever. There's so many more emotions to it than are talked about and like even
More than you
portrayed.
realize ahead of
Yeah, in like the movies and stuff, it's like all this just physical things, and less about like the emotional intimacy that happens and the bonds that are created.
In the Bible, it does talk about that, and that's part of the thing at church. And church is the community; it's the body of Christ and stuff. And it does talk in there, and that's like one of those verses that it's kind of looked down upon. It's like the wives respect your husbands, men love your wives, all that stuff. But there's also the part in there, I forget exactly where it is, where it says that the older women are to train the younger women on
Yeah.
Yes.
basically how to be a wife.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And we look at that today, it's like, how can you say that? What do I need to be And I think it's just the breakdown of the words, but that's exactly what you're saying. We need
Yeah.
people to come alongside us who are ahead of us and have been through these things
Yeah.
to say, listen, like, this is the real life of it. You know what? It's not just this physical cheapened thing. There's so much more to it.
Yeah.
Some will be good, some will be bad. You got to talk, you got to do these things and get through it. But we just like, I think in our best in churches a lot of times too, we don't do a good job at that. It's like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Oh, you're married. Okay, do this. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
why-
happened?
What's the why behind it?
but when we do that, like we're just setting people up for failure. Or like, same thing. You go off to college, you're away, you've got all this stuff. You could have been trained up for all these years and had a really good, but you're on your own. You're like, the devil puts this here and that here and that here. And unless we have that community and those people speaking into us, like you guys do with the youth and all that kind of stuff, and really surrounding and knowing that, you know what, I don't know what to do here, but I've got somebody who does and somebody I can rely on.
Yeah.
And that's why that community piece of it,
Yeah, and it's
That-
interesting you bring up that verse, the older women, because
Mm-hmm.
by no way do I think Danielle is an older woman. However, you guys are in a place to speak to others that
Yeah.
are exactly where you were. Like, your story is so relatable. And I always say that God gives us a mission that we get to do together as a couple. You guys have a unique mission that God has for the two of you together as Jeremiah and Danielle that no one else can do. And you will find that mission in life. And just hearing the two of you speak through this, like you will reach many people with your story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's part of marriage. It's not, just a relationship between us. It's now a ministry.
Yes.
And so we're not partnering just to, be married and to have kids. We're partnering to do ministry with each other for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Amen.
So good.
Yeah.
And whether that's, missions or, being in a church or just supporting each other, ministering to our own children. Like it's
Absolutely.
marriage is ministry.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of pastoring Jeremiah does for me is honestly he should get paid. No, he is great. He's great. I'll sit down and read something and just be completely confused, or we'll be just having a conversation and he'll bring up a completely different thing or way of looking at it
Yeah.
that I was like, oh my goodness, I had no idea. So it really is ministry, especially between us. And then vice versa, I'll bring up things to Jeremiah and he's like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And then going back to our story and stuff, I shared with a couple of the girls at Student Life, a small part of Jeremiah and I's stories where I was like, hey, listen, we lived together before we were married and we had sex before we were married and I regret it. And I want to go back and take that back, but I can't, but I know that I have forgiveness in it. So don't shame yourself for it if you already have done it. don't think that you can't talk about it with
Right.
other people that have been through it and ask advice.
Right.
But also, I want to deter you if you have not made those decisions yet. Like, please don't. And I had a couple girls like come up to me and be like, "Thank you for being vulnerable."
Yeah.
And I think it just makes, especially young women and men, I just don't know the man side of it, but like young women, it makes them so much more comfortable. Like, okay, you're my leader, yeah, but like you're not perfect. Because
Right.
I remember when I was that age looking up to people and be like, oh, they're perfect. They
Yes.
have it all figured
Yep.
out and they didn't make any of these mistakes. And I'm like, no, I am not perfect by any means. Like I have made plenty of mistakes. And I'm glad to share them with you guys. I
Right.
just like
Yeah.
so
And I think that's the big thing, especially with kids. And I mean, our girls are younger. Like, society has put us into a trap where we're always looking at someone's Facebook highlight reel or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and we see 30 seconds, a minute, a snapshot, whatever it may be, and that's the reality we have for them, and we miss all that other stuff.
yeah.
So then we're trying so hard just to get to this one staged minute
Yeah.
that everything else falls by, and we're either beating ourselves up, we're trying to do something we're not, or whatever, and we don't realize that that's not what it's all about. So that's
Yeah.
the same thing, like that community. You need those people around you.
Yeah.
And you need to be vulnerable, and I think that's a part that is really hard for people too. That whole, you know what, how are they going to look at me if I
Yeah.
tell that I went through this or my struggles or whatever it is. And a lot of times we miss opportunities just because we're scared of what people will think,
Yeah.
you know, if we're honest.
So how is your growth after you got married? I know you had an addiction. We didn't finish that story up, but
Yeah.
what happened there?
It's been quite a while now. So, I mean, like going through church, and I was in the Resolve men's group at church,
Yeah.
and a lot of those guys really helped me kind of walk through that, and kind of like my accountability people that, you know, they weren't gonna yell at me if I smoked or anything, but like they were just there to ask me how I was doing, and so I slowly got better and better with it, and then it became like you know, I would just try to push myself of like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm not gonna use it until noon, because I knew that I'm not gonna be able to just cut it out right away, and I also was trying to do it on my own strength. It wasn't
Got
like
it. Yep.
oh, you know, I'm gonna pray and have God walk with me in this. It's like, no, I need to do this on my own, which was the very wrong way to do it. And I wasn't able to. Like I kept trying and kept trying and kept trying, and it wasn't until I finally broke down and was just like, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to go through every single day just numbing myself, and so I finally got to the point where like I just looked back and I was like, oh, I haven't used it for a couple days. And then it was, you know, starting to think about it and be like, oh, I really want to use this again. Or anytime I would start to struggle, just like really wanting to use it. And then it got to the point where, I mean, I don't even remember the last time I used it now. Like,
It's been well over a year.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, because there were still times where I would struggle and, you know, come home from a day of work and, you know, and hit a pen or, you know, just smoke a little bit, and then that was it. But then immediately after, I would just feel shame and guilt, and it was almost like the enemy was like, all right, here it is, come on, just use it once. And then as soon as I got it, he's like, now look at you.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
put
You're a
those,
fraud.
He put, and that's a good point. He put those feelings in you.
Yeah.
It's not God that's like, you are shameful. It is the devil that's putting that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's got to suck in New York. Like I think of that, like you can't walk in a store,
pretty
you
much
can't drive
everywhere.
down the road,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't walk through a parking lot. And it's all, I mean, it's got to be so hard. I mean, I just can't even.
You can imagine, Kevin, because you gave up smoking and that was everywhere when you did that.
I did, but I think it's different. Like when I quit smoking, that smell was awful. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh, that's awful. I'm like that. But on the other side of it, we had this conversation the other day. Somebody said something about a cigar, and I'm like, yeah, I might smoke a cigar, but I'm like, nope. It's been 15 plus years, and in my mind, it's like, would something happen? Probably not, but I'm not going to give any chance whatsoever. And it's like the alcohol. I mean, I was an alcoholic for quite a while there, and I quit one day, and I didn't drink for a long time.
No.
And I will have a drink every now and then, but that is gone. God took that away. I mean, I have no like, nope. So on the other side, I see that too, and that's something that's always everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, I was thinking about that when you were telling your story. I'm like, man, you can't go anywhere in New York anymore. It is a very
Prevalent.
sad thing that is just so accepted. It's kind of like the sex. It's just like, here you go,
Yep.
Yeah.
have at it, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And for someone who's struggled with that, it's like, okay, I just walked outside and this is what I smelled. You know, that's
But it doesn't have the hold on
Yeah.
you anymore.
Yeah.
You have given it to God.
I mean, most of my dad smokes. Most of my siblings still smoke, and so, well, the older ones, not there's still some pretty young ones that don't. But
Okay.
and so like seeing them on holidays or just going over to my parents, I used to struggle like when I was trying to stop.
Yeah.
And I'd be over there, and it was kind of like a family. Like, it's legal. We're all over the age now. It's like,
Right.
your dad's giving you a beer. And,
Yeah.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I still used it. I was struggling. And now it's, I opened up and was vulnerable with them about it and told them, like, hey, I'm struggling with this. I want to stop. And so, I mean, they were all, really respectful about it. And we're like, okay, we're not going to offer it to you.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to, be sitting next to you and just use it. And so that helped a lot. And yeah, now I see them using it. I see a lot of other people using it.
Yeah,
We have neighbors that smoke, and it's just one of those things where like I still have the desire to sometimes, but I don't have that like, oh, I need to do this right now.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I was listening to you talk about that too. I think the fact that you could look back and see the need, the why, that like it was a coping mechanism. Well, did it help with pain or what, or mental? Yeah, it did. But I know like with me, with drinking and stuff, it was like, if I can numb myself, great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was, and it gets to a point where you don't even realize it. It's just part of what you do. So I think part of that too is like just being able to look and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. And I know on the other side of that too, that it makes it so much easier. It's like, okay, did I like that? Okay, but why? And it was like, all right, well, there's a reason. Well, you've got Danny, you've got God, you've got all of this. You got your son.
Little baby.
That need is gone. You don't need to cope with the things, and God has replaced that with all these good things.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big thing. But unfortunately, a lot of people never find that. They never pull this down and see what's right here. And it's like,
Yeah. And I mean, because kind of like you said, I didn't even realize that I was almost using it as a coping mechanism anymore. It was just such a routine for me at that point. And right at first, like I was really struggling with like the fact that I knew that I shouldn't be doing it, but I still really wanted to do it. And
So you were like convicted inside that you really felt like you shouldn't be doing this.
yeah, like I knew it was wrong. But I was like, but I still want to do it. And so it was almost, it reminded me a lot of, there's the book by St. Augustine, Confessions, where he's talking about his issues with lust in women. And he's saying like, he kept praying, God, please help me, but do it tomorrow.
Oh,
where it's
Wow.
like you want help, you want to stop, but you want to fill that desire first.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
more.
so
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of what it was for me for a long time, until
Yeah.
it finally got to the point where it was like, God, I can't do this. Like, I can't stop myself. I need you to stop me. I need you to change my mind and change my heart through this to make me not want to do it. But I also need healing from other things. Like, I need healing from body pain. I need healing from my mental health. And I mean, God showed up. Like, I don't struggle with mental health. I mean, I still have some body pain, but not nearly as much as I used to. And so, like, I don't need a coping mechanism anymore. And I was relying on that when I needed to be relying on God.
Yes.
You guys, your story, whether you believe it or not, it's so relevant to so many people. I know that people are just going to hear it and say, that's me. I get that. How do I get through it? So, like, literally, thank you for being vulnerable and opening up
Yeah.
because this was amazing.
Yeah, and I will say on the other side of it, like we see a lot of people on the other side who are a lot older. Not all, but that are a lot older that haven't figured out what you figured out or are struggling and going through it. To see such wisdom
Yeah.
in your age,
Amazing.
that's amazing, and to see that you are passing it on, not only with people your age and things like that, but with the youth and with all the things you do. I mean, that's awesome. That's what it's all about. And like what you guys do is something that so many people esteem too and wish they could be at. So to be able to doing it now, and the fact that you realize, you know what, the same thing that in the end we all realize, we were all sinners. We all fall short. It's only God. And when we get that part right, he'll use us, and he'll use us, our marriages and ministry, our lives, and everything else like that. I did want to ask one more question. I was thinking about this when Jeremiah was telling his story. So I know with me, like I grew up totally different. The things I did and everything and then when I came to God, it was totally different. With you being your age and the people around you and stuff, I've had people now. I mean, I had a person who I hadn't talked to in 30 years reach out because they'd heard the podcast and marriage stuff. Those people that knew you and still know you, how has your story affected them? Are there the people who have been like, okay, I was
Who knew
struggling
you
with this
through it.
and have known you through it and stuff?
I mean, my family and my family's the main people. Like my parents weren't really in church too much. Like I said, they'd go when my dad would get back from being kicked out of the house, or he went to rehab a couple times. And so, once I came to Christ and like Danny and I were married and really starting to like try to live for Christ, my parents have now, and I don't know if it was like them seeing us do it or my younger brother who's going to be starting seminary school soon, or kind of what it was, but my parents have now, they're back at church. They're very involved with their church. And so it's changed a lot for them. Most of my friends, it's a little difficult because all of the people that I was really close with, it was really based off of we would smoke and drink together.
Okay.
And so when I stopped smoking and drinking,
You didn't have anything
I was
left.
no longer like, I wasn't invited to things. So I haven't talked to a lot of them, just because, they would stop inviting me to go to the lake house or go here because they didn't want, a guy that didn't smoke and drink and want to party. And so I haven't really seen much change within like the people I used to be friends with, which is kind of sad.
Well, I don't know if I think it's like what Danny said earlier. It's in God's time. And sometimes we miss that because we want to rush things. Because I do believe the people who we're there at our worst or whatever it was, when they see that change, and sometimes for them to see it, it takes a little longer because they know us, they know our sins, they know those things. But when they really see that difference, that's an incredible witness and opportunity there. So I'm sure God will keep using that as time goes on. And like I said, I've had so many conversations with people that just because
That you didn't even realize.
you don't even realize, just because you're not afraid to talk about Jesus
Yeah.
and talk about how good God is. So,
You know, I'm definitely hoping to get some of those friends at church. I had a couple that were real close, you know. Got them reading a little bit.
yeah.
Had one of them show up church one time, and so I'll consider that a win.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
still going to
Hey,
be
that's it, that you're planting that seed, watering that seed.
Yeah.
And there's no chance. There's no chance meeting. God puts everyone in everyone's life for a reason.
yeah.
Sometimes we can't see it then, but sometimes it comes back 30 years later.
Who
You
knows?
never know.
Maybe we'll be murdering a baby pig together one day.
Why do we want a baby? There's
Maybe.
no meat on there.
Is that a
Maybe.
baby? A full
We need a
grown
hog.
fat pig?
We need a
Yeah.
hog.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want the big hams.
Yes. Yeah. See, speaking my love language.
All right.
Yeah.
You
Some
want to
fresh
play a fun
sausage.
game?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So point to each other.
Oh, goodness.
Who is the messy one?
Oh.
No, you.
It's for sure me.
Who is always early?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on time. Who is the funnier one? Everyone has pointed to
I don't know
themselves.
about that.
Who likes to talk more?
If you're watching this podcast, you would never know I like to talk.
Honestly,
mysterious
I feel like I
husband.
talked so
Mysterious
much.
no, it's great.
husband.
But on here, you guys have been pretty balanced as
Have
far as
we?
talking on here. Yeah. In fact, I was thinking that I loved your flow.
Okay.
Like you both had such a good. It's like you do this every day. It's like you tell your story.
Well, they
every
do
day.
talk every day.
It's
I know they
probably
talk every day.
good, though, that I'm pregnant because I was getting a little winded and I'd look at him and be like, please take over.
Aw,
Aw, so cute.
that's funny.
Who is the better dresser?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, like matching ways or
However you want to take it.
All right.
I don't know. I like how he dresses.
Okay. Who is the better dancer?
Oh.
Who's the better singer? Who is better at card games?
Jeremiah,
Oh,
you can't lie.
wait a second. Who's more competitive? Who's more playful? Who's the better planner? Who's more adventurous?
Oh.
Adventurous.
Wow.
I got you to go skiing.
She did.
I did.
She taught
So
me how to ski.
maybe you're both adventurous. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I know for sure that's you. I'm not adventurous
No,
at all.
you're not.
Jeremiah's, I would say you're very adventurous with food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who's the night owl?
I fell asleep at 9 o'clock the other night.
For like a week in a row, I would look at it. It was like 8:50, and she was already asleep.
It'll
I'm
get
like, are
it'll
you
get
tired?
worse.
You say,
It'll get worse.
no.
No, so like you're always tired when you're
Yeah.
pregnant, then you're always tired because the kids are little, then eventually you'll be going into perimenopause and you'll always be tired. So you're never she's just always going to be tired. You're just
Yeah.
deal
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. It was before we had kids or she was pregnant. That was our thing.
Yeah. I was asleep by 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Like at 20 years old, being
Yep.
like,
Sleep
I'd
is
get
good.
my Zoomies at 9 o'clock,
Just like
get all my energy out, and then fall asleep by 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's the better cook? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Those were all mine.
You're the questionnaire.
I usually have them in front of me, but I have to remember. So,
Wow.
well, guys, it was so fun. You're welcome to come back whenever you want
Yes.
to.
Yeah,
Even
we'd
if
love
we
to.
pick like a topic, we can all just
Yeah.
That would be
we can all
fun.
just chat about a topic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I love it.
That's a good idea.
Always welcome. You guys have the baby, so we're more flexible than you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Well, I
Our
was gonna
baby's
say-
getting ready to leave the house here not too
Yeah.
long.
You're
a
gonna say
night
what?
a night to find a sitter and have some good conversation and
Yeah,
community.
we can talk about
Can't-
cows and trucks.
No,
Yeah.
no more killing animals. Let's
We don't-
just be
why do we
done
have to
about
kill
that
them?
conversation. Well,
We
because
didn't say
that's
we were
what
killing them?
Danny did. She
Oh.
said,
I
I'll kill all
didn't
the
kill them."
animals and feed everybody.
Yeah. Well,
Only if
Let's
we
go
could
play
have-
in the mud. It'll
What
be
was
all right.
that one thing that's so good? Is it the pig roast? The pig.
Oh, you
you
want
have-
to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've never
you
had
like
food
that.
like that. Was delicious, and I didn't even care that you're picking it off of a carcass.
it was
Because
great.
you got the pig right there, and that's really creepy if you think about it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Yeah. Marriage in the Buff podcast. Like it, subscribe, share. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.